copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticisms, comments. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Kai, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Online, and all other character names, logos, and distinctive likeness thereof are trademarks of Akira Toriyama, Toei Animation, Bird Studio, Shueisha, Funimation, Viz Media, Group AB, Glenat, Namco Bandai, Atari, and other respective license holders unmentioned. This video was not prepared, licensed, or endorsed by any entity involved in creating or producing the Dragon Ball series. It is an independent, unofficial work made by a fan, for fans, that has no connection to the official license holder and is created within fair use guidelines. Please enjoy the video.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, after a very long time, I'm going to be continuing What If Goku and Broly Were Sent to Earth. It's been half a year since the first part of this one, and I am so sorry for that. But don't worry, you won't have to wait as long for the next part. Since we finished 2 series on this channel, I decided to bring back this one, which was a fan favorite for a while, and I'm going to try to make this the best that I possibly can. If you guys like this video and want to see the next part a lot faster, then make sure to get it to 700 likes. As if we can hit 700 likes on this video, then I'll begin working on the next part. Anyways, I'd like to give a gigantic shout out to all of my amazing patrons helping to support this channel, as your support really helps me out so much. This video is also a patron suggestion by my patron Dreadpool, so if you want to get your own What If turned to a video, then make sure to pledge so we can make that happen. Without further ado, let's head back into this scenario. Alright, so right away there are quite a few things I want to address that I saw people bring up in the comments of last video. The first one being, why did Shenron say that Planet Vegeta was hit by a meteor instead of Frieza blowing it up? Well, I had him say meteor since I didn't want our heroes to be revealed that it was Frieza yet. And I don't know if Shenron would know, since Planet Vegeta blowing up might be said as a meteor in the Namekian Book of Legends. But for this series, I really only said meteor because I didn't want to spoil Frieza just yet. The next thing was that, how did Goku and Chi-Chi get married if Goku never met her as a kid? Well, he did meet her as a kid. In the first part, I just rushed through the hunt for the Dragon Balls and just never mentioned Fire Mountain. But since there's a Dragon Ball there, they did still go, but I just never mentioned it because I was rushing. So, that was my bad. Don't worry, they still met when they were kids, and that's why they got married in the future. And the last thing I want to bring up was that there was quite a lot of comments saying that people wanted Gohan and Bra to get together. And no. I know that they're technically not related by blood, but Goku and Broly are basically stepbrothers. And Gohan and Bra are like step cousins. Again, I know it's not by blood, but since on Earth Goku and Broly are basically actually brothers, Gohan and Bra are basically real cousins. And I think marrying your cousin is kinda gross, so no. Gohan and Bra aren't going to be together in this story. Sorry, not sorry. They're cousins. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to bring up about last part. So now we're going to be continuing by diving into the Saiyan saga. Raditz arrives on Earth and finds it filled with life. He's obviously pretty pissed that Kakarot never managed to destroy the planet, so he goes off and tries to find him. Since Goku and the others are pretty close in this scenario and visit each other constantly, they're not all gonna meet up at Kame House. So Raditz has to look around just a little bit longer for any strong energies. Eventually, he detects 2 strong power levels and decides to go after the bigger of the 2. He flies off and eventually ends up at Capsule Corporation. Broly could sense this guy showing up and decided to go outside and see what his deal was. Raditz is confused upon seeing Broly, as this guy definitely looks like a Saiyan, and even has a tail, but he doesn't look like his brother. Raditz asks Broly if his name is Kakarot, which Broly tells him no, it's Broly. Raditz is very confused. This guy isn't Kakarot, but he's a Saiyan? Did 2 Saiyans get sent to this planet? Broly tells him that it's weird to see another Saiyan himself, as he learned that their planet was destroyed by a meteor, and he thought that him and his brother were the only ones left. His brother? This guy has a brother? Raditz asks how there can be 2 Saiyans here, as he only came here to get his brother. Broly tells him that's pretty cool, guess there are more Saiyans here than he thought. He'll call over his brother now to come and introduce him to another Saiyan. Raditz here is more confused than angry. More Saiyans here? That's odd, but it would make sense if some of them actually escaped the planet before it blew up. If he can get this guy, his brother, and Kakarot to join their army, then maybe they have a chance at conquering even more planets and showing Frieza what the Saiyans are really made of. Raditz's scouter detects the other Saiyans approaching, and Goku lands right in front of him, saying he's happy to meet somebody else just like them. Raditz just keeps getting more and more shocked the longer he stays here. He yells at Goku, saying that guy over there isn't his brother. He's his brother. Goku and Broly are shocked to hear this and say that's insane. Raditz says that Kakarot looks just like his father, and whoever this clown isn't his brother. Goku tells Raditz not to insult Broly, as he's been a brother to him ever since he showed up on his planet. They've been living here peacefully for years, and they hope he's not going to threaten that. Raditz yells at the two for failing as Saiyans, since they are both probably sent here to destroy the planet. They belong to a warrior race, so what are they doing settling down and living in peace? Broly tells Raditz to stop yelling, as they'll escort him out of here if they must. He doesn't care if he's Goku's real brother. If he keeps making a big fuss, then he's not welcome. Raditz gets furious now and tells Broly to shut his mouth, and he fires a ki blast right at him. Broly tanks the blast and tells Raditz that was strike 2. Raditz backs up in fear. This Saiyan just took his blast head on. How powerful is he really? Goku tells Raditz that it would be best for him to just leave and not come back. They're not helping him take over this planet or any other. He should just go back to where he came from. Raditz is going to take no for an answer. He rushes after Goku, who pimp slaps him right into the ground. Raditz stands back up and goes to swing again, but Goku just slaps him across the face with his tail, sending him back into Broly. Broly picks up Raditz and drop kicks him into a nearby forest. Raditz goes crashing through a bunch of trees until he slams into Broly again, who chops him on the neck. Goku and Broly look at Raditz's limp body and wonder what they should do with him now. He seems to be a bad guy, but if he is one of them, then they don't want to kill him. They'd like to learn more about him, and all the other members of the Saiyan race. They can't exactly lock him up though, so they just bring him back to near Grandpa Gohan's house where there aren't as many people, then hope to interrogate him. Once Raditz eventually comes to, he finds himself wrapped up in flimsy rope, and asks why they kept him alive. Goku says it's because they're not like him, and want to know more about the other Saiyans that he was talking about. Raditz says that they've been listening on his scouter the whole time, and probably aren't happy about what's occurred here, so they're most likely going to be coming to this planet to see how strong these two really are. Goku and Broly are concerned about more warriors coming to this planet, but hope that they're as easy to beat as this guy. Raditz breaks free of the rope and says he'll leave this planet if they really want him to, and he'll be back in a little under a year with the others to show them how powerful the Saiyan race really is. Goku and Broly scoff, as they're the strongest people on this planet. If they can deal with him with no problem, then they can deal with the others. They'll see him in a year. Raditz yells out that they'll regret that, and he goes back into his pod to fly off back to Vegeta and Nappa. After getting that info from Raditz, Goku and Broly alert the other Z-Fighters about what is coming, and of course they start to freak out over hearing this. But if Goku and Broly are able to deal with the other guys so quickly, then they should be okay. They all begin training, and Goku and Broly begin training with each other intensely again. Of course, as of now, the two are only a little bit weaker than Vegeta, but if they keep up training with each other some more, then they should be able to surpass them in no time. Grandpa Gohan sits this one out, since he is too old to really train hard anymore, but helps tell Goku and Broly what they need to improve upon. Kid Gohan and Bra like watching their dads train, and want to be just like them, but Chi-Chi and Bulma hold them back since they don't want them getting involved in something so dangerous. Luckily for Gohan, with Bra around, he has somebody to play with and have fun with after studying. That way, studying isn't all he has to do with his life. Bra doesn't really study that much, but mainly just likes to have her dad take her shopping, kinda like how she acted in GT, but does still want to fight like her dad. Just not now when the whole planet is at stake and she could die. Out in space, Raditz meets up with Vegeta and Nappa halfway to the planet, and once they meet, he gets down to kneel and apologize for not bringing back his brother. He didn't expect there to be two Saiyans there, and he hopes he can help in any way he can to recruit them directly into their cause for good. He should be able to get his brother on their side if it's not for the other Saiyan. Vegeta and Nappa just stare at him, and Raditz wonders why they're not saying anything. Nappa lifts up his foot and kicks Raditz right in the arm, breaking it. Raditz screams out in pain as he's lifted up into the sky. He pleads for the two not to kill him. He'll try again. He'll make sure the Saiyans join them. They're sick and tired of Raditz failing them over and over again though. And if there are two Saiyans who are way stronger than him on Earth, then that means there's no need for him anymore. Raditz says that there still is, and he's sorry, but they're not listening to him anymore. Nappa throws Raditz right into the sky, and Vegeta shoots a blast at him to obliterate him. With Raditz out of the way, Vegeta and Nappa get back into their pods to go and find these Saiyans, and see what they're made of. The next year begins to fly by quick as Goku and Broly keep getting stronger along with everybody else. The day to Saiyan shows up a little earlier than expected, but all of our heroes are there now to deal with it. Broly, Goku, Krillin, and Tien are there to find out with the Saiyans. Vegeta and Nappa laugh as they didn't expect there to be only 4 of them. Krillin asks what do they mean, as there are 4 of them and only 2 of the Saiyans. Vegeta says that Nappa will make up for that. Broly and Goku ask what happened to Raditz, and Vegeta laughs, saying that weakling won't be bothering them anymore. The 2 brothers gasp. They killed Raditz? Their own friend? These guys are monsters. Is this really how the Saiyans act? Vegeta can tell Broly and Goku are at least leagues ahead of Raditz, and may even be stronger than Nappa, so he'll take care of them, while Nappa deals with the other 2. The Z Fighters agree, and Krillin and Tien both attack Nappa. They're able to do very well to Nappa's shock, as they can zip all around and hit heavy. Nappa has to use his full power right away, which he didn't think he'd need to, which is still a problem for Krillin and Tien, but nowhere near as much as it was in canon. For Vegeta, he says he wants to see what this other Saiyan can do. He wonders how this Saiyan got here, and he seems to have been here longer than Kakarot, so it had to have been before Vegeta blew up. He may be strong, but nobody's as strong as the Prince of all Saiyans. Vegeta is proved wrong. If Broly was almost as strong as Vegeta before, imagine how much stronger he got in a year of training. Broly is around 20 to 25,000 now, which is blowing Vegeta out of the water. He's beaten silly, and it is pretty embarrassing how he can't even land a punch, and Broly is treating this as nothing at all. Nappa is getting hurt gradually by only the humans, and Vegeta wonders how they miscalculated by this much. He isn't going to stand for this, and while they fight, Vegeta grabs onto Broly's tail. Broly grabs Vegeta's arm and says squeezing his tail isn't going to help him anymore. He made sure to train it when he was a kid. Vegeta says he's not grabbing it to squeeze it, and he rips it clean off. Broly yells out in pain as Vegeta flies right up into the air. Broly goes to follow him, and once he makes it up there, he eyes the full moon. He is startled and goes to look away, but realizes that without his tail, he won't be able to transform at all. The same can't be said for Vegeta, however. He notices Vegeta start to change, and tries to fire multiple ki blasts at him to stop. It's too late though. Vegeta has become a great ape. Vegeta smacks Broly back down towards the earth, and the others are horrified at what Vegeta has become. Vegeta fires a mouth blast towards the sky, which clears out all the clouds, revealing the moon to Nappa as well. Nappa then begins to transform, and Broly goes over to stop him, but is caught by Vegeta, who begins to squeeze him. Broly yells out in pain, and as he's being squeezed, remembers suddenly. He looks over to tell Goku not to look at the moon, but it is too late. Goku is also transforming into a great ape. Krillin and Tien stare at horror at what is happening to everybody, and Nappa becomes a great ape, stomping them both to death. Broly goes to scream out, but is interrupted by another roar coming from his brother. Goku is now a great ape as well, and has completely lost control of himself. Broly tries to go and help him, but is squeezed more and more by Vegeta. Broly yells out in pain, while all he hears are Vegeta and Nappa's laughter, and Goku's roars. And that's where we're going to be leaving this part for right now. Yep, leaving it on a great ape cliffhanger. Hope you guys really enjoyed this part of the What If, and I hope it was worth the wait. Remember, if you guys want to see the next part faster and not have to wait 6 months, then make sure to like this video and subscribe. If this part hits 700 likes, then I'll begin to work on the next part. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and until we meet again. See you later!